pray y'all are having a great day. If not, stop what you're doing, talk to someone you can trust, and know that things will get better. Today we are doing something a little different. We're prioritizing ourselves by taking just a break from work and checking in on our mental health. I'm sure many can relate, but I'll also speak for myself when I say that I had been feeling just all over the place and having a cluttered mindset since before Christmas, just by traveling a lot and not being in the same space all at once. So I just want to get back on track by organizing my life. To start my morning off, I like to take a nice hot shower to really wake myself up and just feel clean and amazing for the rest of the day. And when we had our first kiss, it happened on a Thursday. Oh, it set my soul on fire. So before I left the house this day, I wanted to make sure that I actually eat breakfast, because a lot of times I tend to just basically go into work mode and realize that I didn't eat when it's around 12 or 1 o'clock in the evening. I'm just making avocado toast with eggs, and I always use the seasoning, everything bagel, and also salt. I usually add pepper also, but I forgot to add it this day, but it was still very good.
I'm saying, he don't even know what he's doing to me. Got me feeling all crazy inside. I'm feeling like I'm doing more than I've ever done for anyone's attention. Take notice of what's in front of you, 'cause did I mention you about to miss a good thing? And you'll never know how good it feels to have all of my affection. And you'll never get a chance to experience my loving, 'cause my loving feels like ooh.
And now that I've eaten, before I get dressed and leave the house, I like to clean my dishes first, so that way I won't have that to worry about when I return home. So that is something new that I've been doing, and I'll definitely like to keep it up. We are just about to get dressed, put on a little makeup, aka only lipstick. That's about the only thing I like to do. As I mentioned before, I'm not a makeup type of girl. I never really got into that. Maybe one day, but just for now, I like to keep it nice and simple. So I'm just putting on my lip liner, of course, listening to good old music. I just love to listen to music. Today, I'm using the fragrance Poppy and Barley by Jo Malone, and I'm mixing it with Very Sexy by Victoria's Secret, and it definitely gave grown woman vibes. Poppy and Barley is on the stronger side to me, so I added Very Sexy to give it that nice and settled scent. So today, to get my mental health in check, I decided to try a new restaurant, but one that wouldn't be too busy during the day so that I can get some things accomplished. I also love my tea, so I just ordered some jasmine tea with some honey. It was very hot, but also really good. So I had really liked that tea. I'm not a coffee type of girl, but I'm definitely a tea one. Also, I wanted to silence my phone so that I wouldn't have any distractions, because as we know, this day was all about me. I started reading this book by T.D. Jakes called When Women Pray, and it's very, very good and interesting. I'm happy I have my hands on it. Even though I've just started, I also feel that it'll make you so thankful and grateful, and just to realize when women pray, we get a lot of things blessed into our lives. So yeah, I definitely want to keep that up, and I told myself that I do want to read a chapter a day. So that's what I did while in the restaurant, and it was so peaceful and quiet. So I'm happy that I did pick that certain restaurant. So now I just wanted to write down things I have coming up, which is a lot. So this is the Black Queen planner. It's actually a 2-year planner for 2023 and 2024. I know I needed to write everything down so that way I can plan my days better and also declutter my mind. Of course, I can just text dates or just things that I have planned in my phone, but I always felt like writing things down is better, since I feel like when you write things down, it makes you remember it more. So I'm just doing that. And as you can see, it has a page for 2023 goals for each month. So I am doing that. And I love the cover of it, of course. So that was the main reason why I purchased it. And then when I got it and really looked into it, I was like, oh, this was a great purchase.
I can't believe I believed everything we had would last. So young and naive of me to think she was from your past.
So in this journal, it also has quotes on certain pages. This one says, the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. What was different about this planner is that I never had one that actually had a vision board kind of in it. So I had really liked that. As you can see, it has health, family, career, and such. And then now for the month, I'm just writing everything that I have planned, everything that I need to do. And then what was also different was that it has monthly budgets in it for each month. So this was very different, and I had really liked that.
I'm gonna be my own best friend. Keep myself, that's all I got in the end.
So I also found this self-care journal on Amazon, which is so cute. So of course I got it because of that. But I also wanted to do a little of self-reflecting. So I just wanted to write down some things. So this self-care journal also has many different messages in certain sections just to uplift you and help you to keep going. It was one of the messages that said, hype yourself, sis. This could be in form of self-appreciation, self-promotion, or surrounding yourself with people that hype you too. Black women have been humble for too long. It's about time we blow our own trumpets to our own horns and let the world know how powerful, brilliant, and successful we are. However, don't get into competitions with anybody. It'll always be you against you because you're the best. So once I read some of the messages, I said, oh, okay, keep the messages going. I love this for myself. This journal is really for a woman, but I'm sure for you guys, they'll have a journal out there for you. If they do, I'll leave it in the description box. So this journal asked questions to help and see where you're mentally at in life. One of the questions was, in what ways do I show myself love? And it also has a self-assessment page, a section for forgiveness that says, I forgive myself for, and next time I will do such and such. And what I really like is the fact that it has a 30-day self-challenge to help better yourself and really explore new things that you've always wanted to do but just didn't have the time to do yet. So as you can tell, I'm very happy that I found this journal. So right now, I'm just taking the time to answer some questions, on which one asks, what do you like most about yourself? And my reply was, I don't care what anyone thinks of me. I am who I am. Only God can judge me. And there you have it if you wanted to know more about me. feeling better about myself, it was time to really relax. So I wanted to try a different movie theater that I've never been to, and it was really nice. The food was A+, and I went to see the movie called Plane. It was a 10 out of 10. I would definitely go back to see it. So this was later in the day, but it was time to relax even more. So I decided to take a nice hot bath. So when I'm in the tub, I've been using Bath Drops by Fur, which is used to help nourish the skin. It is fragrance free and it has many different oils in it, which includes grapeseed oil, tea tree oil, and jojoba oil. So the bottle says that you can use 2 to 3 drops per bath, but I've been using 2 drops and I really like it. It makes my skin feel nice and soft. I definitely want to turn the candles on to give it a little vibe. And I also still use my bubble bath by Honest, which is the sweet almond scent. So I wanted to make me a cute little drink without alcohol. I've been trying to drink less alcohol these days. So I just have some pineapple juice with cherries, which is my favorite. And I just added a little bit of the cherry juice to make it look a little tropical. I love this book so much, I decided to read more of it this night. I still like to have my music in the background, but I'll just have it really low, and then I'm just placing my phone on do not disturb because we're continuing to have our self-care day. I usually will watch Netflix or very seldomly scroll through my phone, but one day my friend made me realize that the time I spend scrolling through my phone to tend to someone else's life is the time I can spend making mine better. So yeah, make sure you have people in your life who want to uplift you physically, mentally, and spiritually, and who just want to see you do wonderful. Of course, I didn't record the whole time I read this chapter. But after I was done reading my chapter, I just wanted to sit in the tub a little bit more just to soak it all in. After taking a bath, I like to take a shower, and y'all, I know I haven't been showing any of the products in this video that I'm using, but I always like to make sure that I try out products for a few weeks just to make sure that they're doing what needs to be done. So I am so sorry, but I want to make sure that it is worth it for y'all. have a new robe and of course it's from Target. It's so soft. I think the brand is from the line Stars Above. It is super soft, y'all. I also like the fact that it has strings in the robe. Maybe it's just me, but no matter how I tie my robe, it always comes unloose. So this was really helpful to have, and all night it literally stayed on without becoming unloose or untied. So that was a good purchase, and I think it was only like $30, and they had it in the colors gray, blue, and I think white. So yeah, this was a great purchase to have. Tonight I wanted to cook something simple, so I cooked salmon pasta, and I actually got the salmon meatballs from HEB, which is my favorite store. Super easy. Just preheat your oven to 375 and place it in the oven for 15 to 17 minutes. So for my noodles, I like to boil them in chicken stock for flavor. I used to always use water until I realized chicken stock gives it the flavor that I really need, because we want everything to be seasoned and have flavor to it. I know a lot of people just stick their noodles in the pot, but I'm so used to breaking it into half and then placing it in the chicken stock. I don't know. And then of course I add butter, a lot of butter. So for the salmon meatballs, I like to spray olive oil on the pan so that way it won't stick. And yeah, just place them in the oven for 15 minutes. The only thing I forgot to do is season my meatballs since I was sleepy, but it still came out really good. They are done. This was my first time adding honey chipotle barbecue sauce to them, and I don't understand why I never did this before. It was really good, y'all, and gave the pasta even more flavor to it. Of course, you don't have to add this step, but I just like to weigh my options when it comes to food. Pasta sauce, I always use the garlic Alfredo by Bartoli. I hope I'm saying that right, since I love garlic so much. And all I do is add Tony seasoning and also red pepper flakes to my pasta. I wanted some bread to go with my pasta, so I'm just using the Red Lobster biscuits, which is also super easy. This box actually makes enough for 10 people, but I didn't need this much, so I just remixed it a little bit since I didn't need that much. But you just need water and sharp cheddar cheese and mix it until it forms into dough. biscuits, I also like to spray the pan with olive oil and place it in the oven for 14 minutes with the oven preheated to 350 degrees. So for my greens, I wanted some asparagus, so I picked these from HEB, which is washed and ready to cook. These can actually be placed in the microwave, but I prefer to cook things on the stove. So I'm basically heating them up and adding some black pepper and garlic. I love me some garlic, so I love to see the garlic on my asparagus, so I did add more, and I like mine a little crispy.
You say you really wanna see me. You're only 2 miles away. All I see is face I'm bringing.
So right on time, the biscuits were done. So for the biscuits, you just want to melt some butter and add the garlic herb mix to it. So I just placed the butter in the microwave for 30 seconds and then add the garlic herb mix that comes in the box.
You said we in it for the long haul. I didn't even get to you, how I didn't even get that far.
This is how it looks when it's mixed, and of course I don't own a brush, so I did it the old school way and used a paper towel. Easy, simple, and better. You want to make sure you add the butter mix to the biscuits while it's still hot, so that way it can really absorb the butter garlic taste. Y'all, this is so good. They actually have the Red Lobster biscuits that are in the frozen section, pre-mixed and ready to go.
On a cloudy day, I can feel your pain.
So call me a little crazy, but before I eat, I like to clean my kitchen so that way I can really enjoy my food. And if I catch the itis, I can just catch it in peace, not having to worry about cleaning after I eat or even in the morning.
It's obvious that you ain't wanna, so you just run away. How am I supposed to take it? 'Cause you ain't got much to say. That's okay, that's cool. We don't have to talk about it. No, we don't have to talk.
I did have to warm my food a little bit, but it's okay. I'm just happy that my kitchen is nice and clean and ready for the next day. And there you have it, my salmon pasta with asparagus and Red Lobster biscuit. Even though the candle was burning, I still like to get the food scent out a little by spraying my fresh baked vanilla Febreze around, and now it smells so clean and cozy. So moral of today's video, take care in prioritizing yourself, because if you don't, then who will? Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
In the rain on a cloudy day,